Behind every Hollywood legend lies a story the spotlight rarely captures. Robert Redford was celebrated worldwide for his unforgettable films and Oscar-winning direction. But the greatest role he ever played wasn't on screen. It was in his real life, in a love story that began far from red carpets and fame. Today we're diving into the unexpected romance between Redford and his wife, Sibylle Szaggars. A story of authenticity, artistry, and a bond that lasted a lifetime. Robert Redford was more than an actor, director, or producer. He was a Hollywood legend whose career spanned decades with both critical acclaim and commercial success. From Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and The Sting to his Oscar-winning Ordinary People, he cemented his place as one of cinema's greats. After his passing on September 16, 2025, at 89, tributes poured in worldwide. Yet beyond fame, Redford's life was defined by his love for wife Sibylle Szaggars. Their decades-long bond, rooted in authenticity, artistry, and human connection, revealed the true man behind the legend, leaving a legacy of love and inspiration. Their story began in the late 1990s at Sundance Mountain Resort in Utah, a place central to Robert Redford's passion for independent filmmaking. During a ski trip with friends, German-born artist Sibylle Szaggars first met the legendary actor. Though she knew of his fame, she admitted she wasn't immersed in Hollywood. "I had seen Jeremiah Johnson and Barefoot in the Park," she recalled in 2014. "But I was more drawn to musicals, opera, painting, and artists like Salvador Dali and Picasso." This indifference to celebrity perhaps set the stage for the genuine connection that followed. When Redford invited her and a group of friends to dinner, Szaggars panicked slightly. She worried she would be embarrassed if conversation turned to his body of work. Determined not to appear uninformed, she devised a plan. "2 nights before the dinner, I rented about 6 or 8 videos," she said. With little time to watch them all, she took a creative approach. "I watched 15 minutes randomly out of the show." Still, she worried she might mix up characters or films if the topic arose. But to her surprise and relief, Redford never once mentioned his movies. He wasn't interested in being idolized. He was more interested in being himself. "That's one of the things that attracted me to her. She didn't know much about me," Redford explained during the same panel. "So we started from a more even playing field. I didn't have to worry about any agenda. I'd been through that before. And so it was a wonderful beginning of a relationship because it began as 2 human beings meeting each other and finding a connection as 2 human beings rather than being colored by success or whatever." As their relationship blossomed in the early 2000s, Szaggars found herself stepping into Redford's world. She joined him at premieres, accompanied him to the Sundance Film Festival, and even walked alongside him during major cultural moments such as New York Fashion Week. By his side, she witnessed Redford receiving an honorary Oscar in 2002 and being celebrated as a Kennedy Center Honors recipient in 2005. Still, despite the spotlight that constantly followed him, the couple maintained a quiet dignity, shielding much of their romance from public scrutiny. Even their engagement in 2008 was kept relatively private. "We are engaged and very happy with that," Redford told the German magazine Bunte at the time. "She is my fiancé, and that says everything, doesn't it?" The following year, in 2009, they tied the knot in Hamburg, Germany. By marrying Redford, Szaggars also became part of his close-knit family, stepping into the role of stepmother to his children from his first marriage to Lola Van Wagenen, daughters Shauna and Amy Redford, and son James Redford, who tragically passed away in 2020. In a 2011 interview with AARP, Redford spoke candidly about his wife. "She's a very special person. She's younger than I am and European, which I like, so that's a whole new life." His words revealed not only admiration, but also the sense of rejuvenation and adventure he felt through their relationship. Much like Redford, Szaggars was an artist in her own right. A respected painter and multimedia creator, her work often explored themes of spirituality, nature, and cultural traditions. The couple's shared appreciation for creativity and the natural world became a cornerstone of their bond. Together, they championed causes close to their hearts, particularly environmentalism. Redford had long been a vocal advocate for environmental protection, dedicating much of his life to raising awareness about climate change, conservation, and sustainable living. Szaggars, too, wove themes of nature and humanity's relationship with the earth into her art. Their mutual dedication to these causes created a partnership not just in love, but also in purpose. While Redford continued his advocacy work through Sundance and beyond, Szaggars used her art to inspire dialogue and reflection on humanity's role in preserving the planet. although they occasionally stepped into the spotlight at prestigious events, such as the Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation's 2021 ceremony. Robert Redford and Sibylle Szaggars cherished a quiet, private life. Their Utah mountain home became a sanctuary where they nurtured their bond far from Hollywood's glare. For Redford, Szaggars was a grounding force who looked past fame and embraced him as a man, not a legend. Their relationship thrived on authenticity, trust, and shared passions. So when Redford passed, he was exactly where he wished to be, at home in Sundance, surrounded by love. Redford's death marked the end of an era for Hollywood, but his legacy endures in multiple forms. His films remain timeless, his work in fostering independent cinema continues through the Sundance Institute, and his advocacy for the environment will inspire generations to come. Yet for those closest to him, the legacy he leaves is also deeply personal. For Szaggars, Redford was not just the icon adored by millions, but her husband, her partner in art, life, and love. Their marriage was proof that even in the whirlwind world of Hollywood, genuine connections can thrive when built on honesty and shared values. Redford often spoke of authenticity, both in filmmaking and in life. His relationship with Szaggars reflected exactly that, a story of two people meeting not as actors and admirers, but as equals, finding common ground in art, passion, and humanity. As fans mourn his passing, they also celebrate the love story that defined his later years, a story that, like his films, will endure long after the credits have rolled. And while Robert Redford's films will live on as timeless classics, it's his love with Sibylle Szaggars that reminds us what truly matters: connection, authenticity, and living life with purpose. Their story proves that even in the world of fame, real love shines brightest away from the spotlight. If you enjoyed this journey into their remarkable bond, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories of Hollywood legends and the lives behind the cameras.